tell time. Do we have everybody, Mrs. Stevens?
So ready.
All right, boys and girls, today, like you see on there, it's time to tell time. Now, boys and girls, look at those two clocks up there. Do they look the same or are they different?
Different.
They're different. What I'm going to do is we're going to talk about time. We're going to talk about how to do time like by looking at on a watch, on a clock, or even a digital clock, or something you see in the car. And you know what? And then we're going to have so many fun, exciting games, but everybody has to make sure they have their hands to themselves. You have a question?
I already know how to tell time.
Fantastic. If you know how to tell time, that's great. Then you're ahead of the game, but make sure that you're still paying attention so that way if anybody around you doesn't or they need a review, they're able to concentrate, okay? But thank you, that's awesome. And I know many of you can tell time, but we're going to review. And then, Camille? You can tell time too? Awesome. Okay, so ready? We're going to go over time, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do the activities, and then we're going to be collaborative, because you know what? If everybody is good, and everybody's listening, Charlie and Nico, if everybody's listening, then you may get an eagle. If you're really great, I may give you 2 eagles.
I'll take the people that don't play in the car, and I'll just give them boring work.
Okay. And I have some boring work, and I don't want to send anybody in the pod to do boring work. That's not fun. All right, so now. Okay, so how do we use time? We use time all the time. Yes?
We use time to know when you can go to school or when you need to go to work.
That is awesome.
Good
School
job.
and work. What else, Izzy?
Maybe so you're not late for a meeting.
That's right.
That's very important, so that way you're not late for a meeting.
How
Yes.
about a dentist?
A dentist appointment. Next.
To go to the bus.
The bus, that's very
What
important.
if we were late? We wouldn't have gone on our field trip.
Yep, we wouldn't have gone on our field trip, so time is very important. Yes, one more.
To go on an airplane.
That's so important, because what if you
Take
miss
off
your
without
flight?
you. It always says, last call, they're leaving. Too bad, so sad. Plane takes off.
Yep, there's a time for everything. So we use time for many things, really. Like when we wake up, go to school, lunch, after school sports, and have a school bus there for school. And then, you know, during the time of day, do we have lunch the same time every day at school?
No. It would be too crowded, Miss Annie. We'd never all fit there.
Yeah, so that's why the school, it's broken up into different times. So that way we go at one time, and then the middle elementary grades go at another time, and then the big kids.
You don't play the game.
Nico, yeah, boys, that's your last
Nico,
warning.
you
If I have to
sit
tell
on
you
your
again, you
hand.
gotta move.
Sorry, I got it, Miss Annie.
Thank you.
They can do the boring work with me.
All right, and then also sports.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so how do we tell time? What do we use? Yes, Charlie?
Yeah, we use
Yeah,
clocks.
we use clocks.
And there's all different kinds. Oh, what's that called?
Alarm.
Alarm clocks, so that's gonna go zzz,
It's gonna wake you up.
it's gonna wake you up. Oh, and then our wall clocks.
That's like our school clock.
Every classroom has that type of clock. And you know what? Our parents, or maybe our brothers and sisters, they have cell phones.
watch it.
Do you have a question?
Ben?
I have an alarm clock on my DSI.
Yep.
That's very
They
good.
can have them on phones. You can have them on-
All right, yes, you guys are sharing so much. And then you know what? Watches. Is anybody wearing a watch today? You wearing a watch? Or do you know, boys, Ben, I know you know how to tell time, but you need to be quiet so everybody around you can know how to tell time. Thank you. All right, and then you know what? I'm wearing a watch. Mrs. Stevens wearing a watch. And you know what? A lot of our teachers, they're wearing watches so that way we can keep track of time. Like right now, we only have so much time, so that's why it's really important that we pay attention so that way we can do all the fun stuff. All right? Okay, so now this is very important. When we tell time, we see different hands, like when we look at okay? So when we tell time, we say the hour first. Yes, Nico?
One is bigger
Excellent. Is the hour bigger or smaller, Nico?
than
Oh, look at the hand. The hand's right there. Smaller. The hand is smaller, and it comes first. So when we say a time, like right now, I'm going to say it is 12:30.
12:30.
Which one's the hour? 12 or 30?
12.
12, right. The hour comes first. All right, so this example, so 3 o'clock. See that clock? Everybody eyes on the board? Abby, Camille, eyes on the board. So everybody see that time? The little hand is pointing to what number, Camden?
3.
3, good job. And then the big hand is pointing to what?
3 o'clock.
Excellent, Nico. You are so focused. You're going to be ready for these games. Yep, so the example is 3 o'clock. The smaller hand points to the hour, and then we'll talk about minute in just a second. Alright, and then all those numbers in blue, those are our hour numbers. Okay, so when we look at a clock and we see all those numbers, those are our hour numbers. Okay? And then that's 3 o'clock. That's how we see it on a cell phone or something. Alright, so now minutes. So we have Ethan just asked a really good question.
What was the
He just
question,
asked what
Ethan?
PM means.
What does PM mean?
PM means afternoon or nighttime. So in the afternoon, like right now, it's 12:30 PM because it's in the afternoon. We're in math right now. You guys are going to go to Related Arts in the afternoon. And then you guys are going to leave school in the afternoon, or maybe you have sports or a game in the afternoon. Yes, Brandon?
Right now it's PM.
Exactly. Right now it's PM because it's after 12 o'clock. When it's at 12 o'clock, that's after. Oh, and then you know what else? PM, Ethan, PM means nighttime too. Nico, did you know that after 6 o'clock PM, it's nighttime? So PM,
6 o'clock.
yep. So like right up there, everybody see that clock way up at the corner?
Isn't that called digital, Miss Annie?
Yes, that's a digital clock. So that says 6 o'clock PM. That's the start of nighttime. So PM shows the time for afternoon and also nighttime. And what do we do at night?
We go to sleep.
We go to sleep or we have dinner. Yeah, so that's normally what PM is.
I have dinner.
I want somebody to raise their hand, not shout it out, because I'm looking for somebody to maybe give an eagle or maybe be a team captain today. So let's see who has their hand raised and can tell me this time right here. Raise your hand. I'm going to call Daniel and Charlie. We haven't heard from Charlie yet. Charlie in the back.
10 o'clock.
Good job. How did you know it was o'clock?
Because I looked at the school time, and then it said at 10. And then I put a look at home and it said o'clock on it, so I memorized it as o'clock.
I have a question. Would this be 12? Now look at their reading at school at 10 o'clock. Would this be a.m. or p.m.?
PM.
Oh, careful.
p.m. Miss Annie said at p.m. it starts. Yeah, this is a.m. This is when you're reading before we go to lunch. And Miss Annie's showing us on a digital, and that would be our regular clock we have on the wall, and this would also be digital. Good job. Ooh, good job,
All right.
Charlie. Let's see another one, Miss Annie.
All right, I have another one. All right, let me see whose
Whoa,
hand's raised.
this one's tricky.
Mrs. Eva, why don't you call on somebody?
Oh, somebody that I've been watching
Yeah,
with really good attention was Sophia. Sophia, what does this say? Okay, well, if you get confused, the first thing you're supposed to look at is what, Sophia? The little hand or the big hand? Which one? Now remember, little people always go first. Think about that. So I'm going to look at this one. And you might say to yourself, okay, Mrs. Stephen, you just asked me to look at it, but it's in between. It's right in between the 1 and the 2, right, Sophia? So which one did it just go past?
1.
All right, so that tells us, first of all, you're going to say, okay, it's 1. Now, it's not touching the 12, is it, Sophia? Because we know if it was touching the 12, it would be 1 o'clock, right? So count by 5s with me, okay? This is what was 1 o'clock. You count by 5s with me, ready?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
30. So what is it, Sophia? It's 1. It's 1:30. Remember when the long hand, he says, hey, lazy bones, you better start moving over to the next number because I'm halfway around. So the hour hand says, okay, I'll move over halfway because he knows that he has 30 more minutes before this hand has to get to the 2. Now I got a question for somebody, Miss Annie. If we go to music and P and related arts, oh, Miss Annie told you.
Yep, sorry.
Is it
Nobody
AM or PM? Ella?
Yes.
It is.
Good job.
It's PM. Remember, we said anything after lunch, right, Miss Annie?
Anything
12
after
o'clock
lunch.
after lunch is PM.
Yep.
Okay, let's try another one, Miss Annie.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh, look at this. Remember,
Raise your hand.
look at the little hand first, and then look at the big hand. Let's see. Abby, I haven't heard from you yet.
Okay, excellent,
Good
Abby.
job.
Oh, let's write that up there,
Look at
Miss
the
Annie.
picture.
Let's see. Let's look
Are
at
the
the
kids-
picture.
Are the kids going towards the school, or are they going away?
Yeah, look, they have their backpacks on and they say time to come in, so it must be time for school to start. So Izzy, is this going to be 8:30 a.m. or is this going to be 8:30 p.m.? Good job,
Good job,
a.m.
Izzy.
You didn't hear somebody yell out.
Yeah, nobody
Remember we
should
said before lunch. It isn't lunchtime yet. School's just starting. So that's going to be a.m. Good job. Do we have any more, Miss Annie?
I do. And then that's an example of alarm clock. I have an alarm clock like that in my room, and it goes off every morning at 6 o'clock so I can wake up. Like, Annie, it's time to wake up.
Time to wake up and do your job. Let's see the next one. Ooh, who can raise their hand? Tell us what time this one says.
How about...
I think Madison's being really quiet. Do you mind if she gives it a
Yeah,
try?
Madison.
It is dinner time, so what's the little hand pointing to? So I'm going to write that first. And then what's the big hand? So what do we say when it touches that? We say, no, we don't say 6:12.
Remember,
We say, that's a girl. Oh, clock. Now, Madison, Brandon, please quit talking. Okay? Hey, Camden, since they're eating dinner, is this going to be 6 a.m. or is this going to be 6 p.m.?
PM.
It's not your turn. How did you know that? Because it's after lunch, right?
And I know that PM stands for past midnight.
Okay, good job. So we're going to put a p.m. here. Now, if it was, we had a rooster crowing and it was just starting our day, then it'd be a.m. But we know this is getting towards the
early
evening.
morning.
All right.
all right, so boys and girls, I want to ask you a question.
What is it, Miss Annie?
I want to know what you guys are thinking about your thinking. So before you give me a thumbs up, thumbs middle, and thumbs down, I want you to, everybody think to yourself.
Camden and Ben.
Do I understand when I look at a watch, or if I look at a clock, do I understand what the hour hand means? Is it the little hand or is it the big hand?
Little one.
And then if I look at the minute hand, is it the little hand or the big hand?
Big.
Big. Remember, like Mrs. Heben said, the little people come first. That's why we say the hour first and then the minute. And Dex, when you're thinking about your thinking, do you understand how to write like 6 o'clock? Do you understand how to write the hour and minute? You do. Okay, so everybody think what comes first, the hour and then the minute.
What goes in between the numbers, Dex?
Remember a digital clock.
It goes a dot, dot.
There's a
Remember
dot,
Stanley had it on there? A dot and a dot. The hour comes, could you please stop talking? Okay? Whatever
The
you
hour
have to say
comes
has to
first,
wait
and then
a
we have 2 dots in the middle, and then we have the
comes
minute.
the minutes.
And then also, when it's all the way, when the minute hand is all the way up at the top, when
Let's
it's
do that.
touching
Everybody
12,
put your hand out. What do you say?
it's at 12. What does that mean?
Everybody say it loud. Oh. And when it's on the bottom, touching the 6, we say 30 minutes past. Good job.
Excellent,
I
everybody.
think we're ready to play a game.
Yes.
All right, let's watch the dot cam because Miss Annie's got 4 fabulous fun games.
And this is very important. So everybody's been excellent in giving me examples of time and how we use it and how to tell time. And Charlie, you've been talking a lot. Can you move it? Do you mind moving up here, please?
Yep.
I'm not going to tell you more than 2 times to
Go
quiet
back
down.
to your seat then. You go sit at your table. We'll see how we write it.
All right, everybody, reach for the stars. Camille. Thank you. This is very important. So this is part of the games, and everybody needs to watch the
You
document.
know, watch, so you get to play.
Okay. So now, I think I can. Oh, thank you. Oh, much better. All right. So we're gonna have one center. Ben, are you paying attention,
Watch.
or do you need to go to your seat?
Yeah,
Okay.
Ben,
Next time I have to tell you to quiet down, you're gonna go to the seat.
Yeah, maybe you don't play today.
Yeah.
Charlie's
You're going to do the boring work, and I don't want you to do the boring work because all this stuff is so much fun. And I worked really hard for it, okay? All right, so one center, it's actually going to be where all that blue table is, and I'll let you know who's going to go to that table. But what you're going to do is you're going to fill in the time. So when during the PowerPoint, remember how at the end we were reviewing time and we were telling time with the wall? So like this one right here. I see that this little hand, it's just a little bit after the 7. So what do you think I'm going to write for the hour? What am I going to write first? You can shout it, it's okay. 7. Good job. So I'm going to write a 7 right here. And like Mrs. Heben said, there's 2 dots, okay? And then remember, when the minute hand, the big hand is pointing all the way at the bottom, what do we do, Dex? You weren't talking. You were talking. Well, I was talking. That's not respectful. If you can go to your seat, I'd appreciate that. Because I had to tell you more than 2
You know what, Miss
times.
Annie, I've got these fun little miniature clocks.
Oh, perfect.
And if they want to make their little clock look like the paper,
Yeah.
does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. That's going to be that center right back there, so you guys can make the clock. Yeah, Cindy, do you have a question? Yeah.
I'm going to get to go if you don't pay attention. So Miss Annie said job number 1 is to make your yellow clock look just like on the paper.
Yep.
And job number 2 is to write the time.
Yep. You're gonna write the time. So you're gonna look at this clock and you're gonna write the hour and then the minute. Okay. And then before you do anything though, on all this stuff, you need to write your name and the date.
Oh, it's important.
So it's very important. So when you go to your centers, that's the first thing you're gonna do. And then boys and girls, when at the end of every center, Camille, you can go back to your seat. Thank you. At the end of every center, boys and girls, I'm actually going to say hands up cleanup. And for those of you who don't know what that is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ring the bell and I'm going to say hands up cleanup. Now what you're going to do, it's very important, you're going to take your paper, and if you're not finished, that's okay. And if you finish early, I have some work that you can do for extra, okay? So like this one, you can draw pictures on the back of what you do at that time. So 7:30 in the morning, maybe you're riding a bus, maybe you're talking to your sister or you're having breakfast. So you can draw pictures on the back, okay?
So you should draw the clock.
Draw the clock.
7:30, and then draw something I do at that time.
Draw something you do at that time. But when I say hands up cleanup, everybody's going to freeze what you're doing.
Let's practice.
Yeah, okay, so let's say hands up, freeze, hands up, cleanup. Hands up, cleanup. Everybody's going to freeze.
Are you ringing a bell, Miss Annie?
I'm going to ring a bell right before that.
Let's practice.
Oh, here we go. Hands up, clean up.
Reach for the start.
Yep, so what you're going to do is, okay, so say I was right over there, and Charlie and Ethan, you boys need to pay attention or else you're not going to know what's going on.
I think you're playing. No, we're not worried about it.
No, you can put that away. Thank you.
Listen.
All right, so when I say hands up cleanup, I'm going to take this paper. Miss Stephen, do you mind pointing?
Right here, where the apple is, you're going to stick your paper right under the apple.
You're going to put it right underneath there, and then we're going to go in a clockwise direction. So if you're over here,
If I'm sitting
you're going to move
here,
right here.
I'm going this way.
Yep.
And then if I'm sitting here, I get to go to the carpet. Yes.
No, is there something?
Oh no, sorry.
If
You're on the carpet, you're going to go to this table. I'll explain what's at this table. If you're at this table, you're going to go to the blue table. Charlie, you need to be quiet. Thank you. And if you're at the blue table, you're going to go to the puzzle table. And if you're at the puzzle table, then you're going to go to the rolling time table.
Oh, those dice look like fun, Miss Annie.
And you know what? I think I should tell you how to play this game, because this is a lot of fun. I'll tell you about the puzzle one after, but I'll tell you about so Ben, right next to you is dice. And this is very important. When I say hands up, clean up, those dice, like Abby, they need to be where they were before, on the plate, okay? So what you're going to do first, we're going to learn how to tell time by rolling the dice. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up the dice. Everybody look up here. I'm going to pick up the dice with all the dots on there. I'm going to roll it, not throw it. I'm going to roll it, okay? Oh, look, it rolled on a 1. And on there,
I have a sheet of paper. Oh, and it just went out. I have a sheet of paper. Okay? And there's a wall clock.
put it under the cam stand.
There's a wall clock. Okay, so I know this is my hour, so this is the first thing I'm going to write. So I'm going to do a little arrow. I'm going to do it about halfway. It's going to be pointing towards the 1.
Because I rolled a 1, Miss Annie?
Because you rolled a 1.
So that's
exactly.
my hour.
And then I'm going to write a 1 right down here because I want you guys to show me how you would see this time on a wall clock and on a digital clock. Okay? So that's the first step. And then, this one with all the paper on it,
another dice.
watching. Yep, you're going to roll this.
Then it's going to say
Oh, look. It says
0,
Good job.
0.
So it's going to say 0, 0. So where's my big arrow going to point? Everybody show me. It's
Point up to the ceiling.
going to be going up.
Up to the top.
So then I'm going to draw the arrow.
And that one has to be longer, right, Miss Annie?
Yeah,
Because it's
you almost-
a minute hand.
Yeah, you almost want to have it touch this part right here. Okay? And then it's important because at the bottom here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write,
I'm going to copy those zeros, right, Miss Annie?
I'm going to copy the zeros, and it's right on here. So all you have to do is copy it. And then, oh look, boys and girls, you see how it says PM?
Yeah, we got to write that, right?
We got to write PM. Okay? So that's how you're going to do it. You're going to roll the hour first, then you're going to roll the minute, and you're going to write it on the wall clock and the digital clock. And boys and girls, I have 4 of the hour hands, and I have 4 of the minute hands. Okay? So some of you that are going to be in groups of 5, just work with somebody. One person can roll the hour, and then the second person can roll the minute.
Do we all get one piece of paper to fill out?
Everybody gets one piece of paper to fill out for this one.
So then it would be another person's turn to roll the dice and write it.
Yes.
And then maybe on the back we should
What
draw
happens
what we
if
do
you
at that time.
Yep. Draw what you do at that time. So let's think.
What happens if
1 o'clock p.m.
I told you. Then you draw a picture.
That's
of
in
what
like
you
15
do on
minutes.
that.
So that's gonna be sometime
On math time is 1 o'clock. Or a snack time in our room is 1
Yeah, snack
o'clock.
time's 1 o'clock.
I don't know about Miss Gillette's room, but that's what we do.
All right, and then the next one. All right, everybody listen because we're running out of time.
Okay, that's game 2. What's
Game 2. Game 3. Okay, so I have a piece of construction paper. It's the puzzle table right over here. I'm going to take this construction paper. I'm going to fold it in half.
Oh, like a card.
Like a card. Exactly like a card. And then look, Brandon, Ben, Camden, I'm going to write on the top AM and PM. All right?
Okay.
And then I have all these puzzle pieces. I'm going to give each of you a basket like this.
Oh,
What you're going to do is you're going to match them together. Okay, so let's see. Oh, this one. This says,
Ooh, let me see. That's
let me think, the little hand is closer to what number, boys and girls?
just went past, no. It
Just past what?
7.
Excellent. Somebody just said it's 7:30, so I'm going to look in here, and I want to look for the digital. Is this 7:30?
7:30. No, Miss Annie, that is a 12.
Oh, that says 12 o'clock. Okay.
No.
Oh, I found it. Okay. Oh, look, it
there it
matches.
is.
It's like a puzzle
Oh, it
piece.
fits together.
So what I'm going to do, and then you know what is it, AM or PM?
AM. That means
AM.
school's going to be, I got to wake up to go get ready for
So
school.
when you got to go to school, so what you're going to do is you're going to take that time, and you're going to glue it right on here. Okay? And there's already glue there.
I see.
So you're going to match the time. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs down if you understand that one.
Thumbs up if you
I
understand.
see a lot of thumbs up. All right, I guess I can go back to the final activity, and that's going to be on the carpet. Or, no, that's going to be at this table here. I'm sorry. What you're going to do, does everybody know the game name Goldfish?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Goldfish. What you do is everybody's going to get 3 cards. Okay, so you're going to deal 3 cards.
I'll play with Miss Annie.
Okay, you want to play with me? Yeah, I need a partner.
All right, you put your cards over the duck hand.
Okay, so these are mine.
Okay, and I'll hold mine in my hand.
And you may get different ones. You may get some with the clock. You may get some with the time. Okay?
And I get 3 cards.
Yeah, you get 3 cards too.
1,
There's 1, 2, Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I'm going to look at, and you don't want anybody else to see yours. I'm going to ask one person at my table.
Okay, you can ask me, Miss
Mrs. Heben,
Yes.
do you have 9 o'clock p.m.? Everybody see how this one is written like a digital, so 9 o'clock p.m.
Oh, you know what, Miss Annie, I do. I
Oh,
have
wait, can I show you?
Yeah, sure.
And then, so somebody's going to have another clock that looks like this. It's going to look like a wall clock. Alright? And you're going to look. See? The little hand's pointing to the 9. The big hand is pointing towards the 12.
And that's a match.
It's a match. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take that, or she's going to give it to me, and I'm going to put it right down in front of me. Whoever gets rid of all their cards first wins. If she said, oh, I don't have 9 o'clock, then I'm going to pick from the pile, and I'm going to pick one more time, and I'm going to hold on to it. And we're going to go in a clockwise direction with that, too.
So now it's my turn?
So now it's your turn.
And I'm going to say, well, I have 7:30 a.m. Do you have a 7:30?
I don't.
Oh, so I got to pick from the pile?
Yep, instead of saying go fish, you're going to say
turn him over. I say, go in here.
go time.
Did I get a 7:30? No, it's not a match, so my turn's over. Back to you, Miss Annie.
Yep, and then do you have 3 o'clock p.m.?
No, Miss Annie, I'm so sorry. You have to go fish.
Oh, but we're going to try and say go time
Oh, go time.
instead of go fish.
Go
But if you say go fish, that's okay. But
I'm
try and
sorry,
say go
Miss
time.
Annie. Go
That's
time.
okay. But see how you keep playing? We're going to go around in a circle and everybody gets a turn. So even if you got a pair, even if you got a pair, the person next to you, they're going to go next. Okay?
And then once the game's over, can we shuffle them up and play again and again until
You
it's
keep
time
playing.
for you to hit the clock?
Yep.
That sounds like fun.
All right. So that's this game. That's going to be, this is go time. Right
here at
over
the
here.
red table.
Okay? Over at Charlie and Ethan's table is the fill in the time. Remember, boys and girls, how I did that on here?
I'll shuffle.
I filled in the little hand, then the minute hand, okay? So do that first, and then when you're done, draw something on the back about that time, okay?
You know what, Miss Annie? I'm looking at our clock, and I think we're only going to be able to play one game today.
One game?
Can
Okay.
we play again tomorrow?
I was going to say, we can play again tomorrow, so that we'll leave this here.
Is that okay?
Yeah, and you know what? We have to remember, too, which center we were at, so that way, tomorrow, we can go to a new center. How does that sound, boys and girls?
So why don't we do this? My class, you are in your 4 daily 5 teams. Okay, if you're on the red team, I'd like you to come sit at this table, the red table, and you're going to play Go Time. Who's on the red team? Are you on the red team? Kai? Great. You sit there. And since, let's see here, and since, let's see, Charlie, you have on a red shirt, you can join this team.
Boys and girls, up at the board, I have a reminder of what the hour hand is and what the minute hand is. If you need to refer to it, just look at the board, okay?
And you know what? Since Izzy has on a red shirt, you can join that team, Izzy. You can play this game. You want to come sit on the edge? All right, and we have enough time. Thank you, though. Okay, this is the blue team. If you're in the blue team, come sit here. Blue team. My blue team. Is that you and Ethan? Ethan and Charlie, you're the blue team?
Madison, do you normally sit?
Are you blue team?
I'm green team.
No, I said blue. Is that good for blue? Okay, then Camden, you have on a blue shirt. You can join the blue team.
So, this is Steven. It's so cute.
Okay, you ready?
They're so cute.
And let's see.
This even I have.
All right, Alma's got blue shoes.
There you go.
And we need another girl to go with blue. Oh, Sarah's got blue jeans.
I have blue shoes.
Here you go, Sarah.
All right, who's on the green team? Green team's going to go on the floor.
Green team's going to stay right there. You guys are going to do green time.
Charlie.
Has yellow.
And the people on the left, you're going to go to the puzzle table.
right, Charlie, can you show me what you're doing? Good job. You matched it. Okay, now what are you going to do next? What did you match? Let me see. Show it on here. Can you say out loud, Brandon? What time is it?
12 o'clock.
PM? Okay, 12 o'clock PM, right? All right, Charlie, what time are you looking for?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock? And is it in the morning or afternoon?
Past midnight. In the morning.
Well, not past midnight. It's actually in the afternoon. Look at that's our little hint. PM. So that's going to be like when school gets out, okay? So now, Brandon, you matched it. Now what are you going to do?
Music.
You got to glue it down, right? Okay. So remember, everybody's matched. Everybody has AM and PM. And then once you match it, oh, good job. See? Like this right here. You have it.
Yeah,
you just have to
into this part.
Oh, that's okay. As long as I can see it. As long as you keep it more over here, that's okay. And then which time are you trying to tell?
6.
Which one? Keep pointing. Okay, so what's the little hand pointing to?
Pointing to in the middle of 3 and 2.
Okay, so it's just a little bit past which number?
It's past 2.
2. Good job. Ethan, you need to be in your seat. Thank you. Okay, so it's just past 2. So we say the hour is going to be what? Don't be silly.
The hour is going to be 2.
Good job. So we write 2.
Under the pillow part, hot.
Oh, with the big hand, it's pointing down. When it's pointing up, it's what? It's starting at 0.
It's a minute.
Well, remember,
He always flips his pillow to get the cool stuff.
remember 12 o'clock. It's when it's straight up. But what about when it's straight down? Remember when we count? Let's look at this, Ethan.
6 o'clock when it's straight down.
Not when it's straight down, but remember our minutes. We go 5, 10, 15, 20,
25, 30.
30. Okay.
6:30.
Oh, not 6. Remember what hour did you say here? Sorry, sweetie.
I said it was 2 hours.
Okay, so it's 2. So show me where the 2 is.
The 2
And then we don't punch.
is right
No.
here.
You owe me an eagle. Thank you.
I don't have any eagles.
You don't have any eagles? Well, you're at -1.
Gotta play till the end.
All right, so show me 230. You're almost there.
Whose turn is it? Okay, Charlie, that's Nico. Nico, you're gonna ask for this one.
Good job. So now, what are you gonna write here?
30.
Where?
And then you add a line.
Good job. Okay, so write 230.
No, you guys are going the wrong way.
Did you finish the front?
Yes.
Excellent.